Greetings, my noble knights. It is I, Blaze Templar. As you noticed, the camera's a lot closer now, and that's because I actually moved it off of the TV screen to the computer screen. I had to do some cord untangling and stuff like that to get the camera closer, but hey, we did it. It looks a lot better, ideally speaking, so I can't complain too much. Anyway, because of that, I figured we're going to celebrate with some Pokemon Showdown, and we are going to kill the music and possibly replace that with something of our own. And you know what? Because the National Dex is kind of integrated on Showdown now, I figured, you know what? Let's see if we can get some Gen 8 National Dex fun going on. Because I still love Pokemon, even though I find just the Gen 8 standard play incredibly dull. So let's go ahead and play some National Dex. This is kind of an interesting team using Pokemon from pretty much every generation. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, looks like we got a Sand team. That's going to be kind of threatening. He's probably going to want to set up Sand pretty quick. So with that in mind, actually I'm going to lead Rotom. It is Scarf, so I can U-turn out and go into my Tricker. Or not my Tricker, but into my Pokemon that I need to. But right now, I think I am just going to go for the Willow. I'm going to get this thing burned. That should kind of mitigate it as a threat. So that works out alright. And now we can just go straight to Quagsire, defend against anything he wants to do. No problem. This is no longer a threat whatsoever. And we're going to Encore it. So if he stays in, he's going to get Encored. Oh no, that was horrible damage. You can just keep doing that now. That actually does give me an opportunity to switch into Hatterene. But I think his most likely thing to do is switch here. I really don't see him staying in. He doesn't, so Scald, gonna go for that. Possibly get the burn. No burn, unfortunately. But I think Seed Bomb is a very likely possibility. That or Extreme Speed. We're gonna go to Staraptor, predicting the Seed Bomb. Oh, he's just gonna Simple Beam me. Okay then. Brave Bird. I don't care if you're a Lanoon, you're just gonna fall to the Brave Bird. Oh, Gardevoir is going to come in, get the Simple. That is fine. You're just going to die to Brave Bird. This is still a Staraptor. Don't mock its power. In comes Tyranitar. Unless it's Scarfed, I take it out. I am not Scarfed myself, and so I'm able to just destroy it with the close combat. No problems whatsoever. And that will be incredibly handy, just to get Tyranitar out of the way. So that will just, yeah, make things a lot easier for me. He's going to be Mega, so no, and you're down and out because of close combat. And Staraptor is really kind of going to town at the moment. That's what it does best. Excadrill, yeah, that is a huge threat. We are not staying in. I have a Quagsire, which pretty much is a hard check to Excadrill. It's kind of funny just how good Quagsire is against these setup teams. But he's just going to hard switch into Tapu Lele as I go to Quagsire. I guess he figured I'd go to Quag, and he couldn't do much to me. But with that in mind, I do have Hatterene, and if he wants to try to set up things, that's fine. I can deal with it, and we're going to just Light Screen. Nature's Madness is a little annoying, but I'm not too upset by that either. You can keep Nature's Madnessing. I'm just going to get some health back. Just kind of trying to wear this thing out a little bit. Yeah, he's just going to spam his Nature's Madness. And that's fine. I really don't need Hatterene outside of keeping hazards off. And I'm not really worried about hazards that much, honestly. So this works out okay. He's going to set up his Gravity one more time. And that takes care of that. So we are fine. It is a little unfortunate not having our light screen up, but it's fine. And we still have Quagsire. I don't care what you do. You can Swords Dance all you want, and we'll just... Actually, we'll Encore. I don't care what he goes for. Encore will kind of mitigate him as a problem. Oh, he's just going to forfeit. I guess he realized he was done between the Encore and Scald. And Staraptor put in some good work. So, yeah, I think we're doing okay with this kind of team build. I used it on my other account for a while, and it was doing pretty well. This is actually the second 6-0 in a row it's gotten. So I'd say it's doing all right. And we can go over that team real quick. So Quagsire, physically defensive, Encore, Scald, Toxic, and Recover. This is one of my favorite sets for Quagsire because it really doesn't have the special attack to do a lot of damage. And between Scald and Toxic, you can get off basically whatever status you really need at the time. Encore locks them into whatever you really want them to be doing, and of course Recover keeps Quagsire nice and healthy. Which is important because as nice as it looks on paper defensively, it's actually not too hard to break through, so you gotta be careful when using it. Not take the hits that are just a little too much for Quagsire to handle. Hatterene becomes our special wall. Kind of funny that it's the exact kind of maxed out defenses there too. I'm sure I could make a few changes, like, I don't know, with the Protect and the Giga Drain slots. I might mess with those a little bit. But I really do like having Aromatherapy, mostly for the Quagsire and Staraptor to get rid of like paralysis. And of course Alakazam doesn't particularly like being paralyzed either, so Aromatherapy is handy to have just for those situations. Plus with its nice special bulk, it usually can get off its light screens and whatnot. And yeah, considering my attackers tend to be a little vulnerable, but incredibly hard hitting, having the extra defenses is not something I'm going to complain about. And of course, Staraptor, he is my wall breaker, or she, depending on what the random generation decides to give me that time. Brave Bird, U-turn, close combat, and double edge with the sharp beak just to boost up Brave Bird without locking us in. You could do Choice Band, which is actually bananas how much damage that does. It's like a 1-hit KO on a bunch of the meta, 2-hit KO on most of the meta, and 3-hit KO on some of the most defensive Pokemon. So it is actually pretty bonkers just how strong Staraptor is. I could do Choice Scarf, but I have Rotom with the Choice Scarf. And honestly, I didn't really feel like running double Choice Scarfers. I've actually run teams with like up to 3 locked or Choice Mons, and that can get tricky. It's fun, but it's tricky. Melmetal, I decided to run it because I wanted to try it out. I didn't bother getting it on Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. The requirements for that were stupid, so I didn't bother. And now that it's in an actual proper, well, kind of in a proper game, get to try it out, and it's actually pretty good. It's got kind of awful special defenses, so it's not going to win any awards taking Surfs, but it does have a really high special or HP stat, so that kind of helps mitigate it quite a bit. It's got great physical defense, so it's actually really quite nice in the meta. And then Gyro Ball, just because it is so slow to begin with. Earthquake, Thunder Punch, and Rock Slide. That covers most things. I'm thinking maybe dropping Rock Slide for Ice Punch, so I have Bolt Beam coverage. Plus that would help me deal with Lando T, but I do have Rotom, and that kind of deals well with Lando T, so I'm not 100% sold on that. Still thinking about it. And of course Alakazam with the Psyshock, Shadow Ball, Focus Blast, Dazzling Gleam. Kind of a standardized set, if you will, but it's standard for a reason. It's fast and it hits hard, and between it and Staraptor, I can get pretty much past anything, I think. Pretty much past anything. So I have the bulky attacker, I have the speedy attacker, and then the wall breaker attacker. So that's kind of the mindset. Just hit really, really hard. Have your defensive pivots in the Hatterene and Quagsire. Rotom is your utility mon, just to handle the things you can't really handle very easily without. So that's kind of the methodology behind the team, the method to the madness. Anyway, we could do one more, I think. We've only been on 9 minutes, so let's go for one more match. That seems reasonable enough. And I'm going to scratch my neck, apparently, so apologize for that. But, mostly mono dragon team with 3-4 dragons, yeah. So Hatterene's actually going to be pretty useful. Rotom will be incredibly useful, and Melmetal will be handy as well. Looking at his team, he only has like one Pokemon that actually outspeeds my Staraptor, so I don't mind leading Staraptor, and he's got no resist to Brave Bird. So we could just go straight for the Brave Bird. Kingdra's going to eat this. Not well, it's going to go straight on down. Don't mock Staraptor. Do not mock this angry bird. Salazzle, yeah, super, like, or super obvious Pokemon there, but obviously I can't stay in. We're just gonna straight on switch into Rotom. I could Hydro Pump. I'm going to Hydro Pump. It is sashed. That is unfortunate, but that's okay. I don't really need Rotom that much. As soon as Salazzle goes down, Staraptor kind of cleans up everything, and we're just Psy-Shocking. Oh, it's Oblivious. Interesting. I didn't realize it got Oblivious. But, yeah. Psyshock will do damage to Como-O. Grass Dragon. Melmetal. I'm not too worried about Flapple at the moment. And with Melmetal's high defenses, this thing really isn't too big of a problem. And he's Dragon Dancing, so Gyro Ball is just going to take it straight on out. So we didn't go 6-0 again, which is a little unfortunate, but that's okay. We're just going to Gyro Ball again. He's going to High Jump Kick, just kind of proving how bulky this monster is, taking a High Jump Kick, no problem. Honestly, I don't really need Melmetal that much. And he's running Drain Punch and High Jump Kick. Interesting. Interesting indeed. But I can go straight to Staraptor and just Brave Bird all the things. I outspeed his entire team now, and Brave Bird will take anything out. So, yeah, Staraptor's just going to finish the job. I could have saved Melmetal and Rotom, but I really didn't have a reason to, as Staraptor just tears through these Pokemon no problem. And I literally could just spam Brave Bird over and over again, so GG. GG. Sure, I lost Staraptor, but it was a fine trade. It took out like 4 Pokemon. It took out Kingdra, it took out Haxorus, it took out... I'm wanting to say... It took out Como-O and Scrafty. So yeah, it took out 4 Pokemon. Rotom and Alakazam took up the Salazzle, and of course the Flapple went down to a Gyro Ball. So, hey, we did all right, I think. And that was an incredibly fast match, and I like those kinds of matches because it allows us to have more of them. Unfortunately, because I rambled on in the middle of it, which I don't know if I really am sorry about that, honestly, because it kind of lets you see the team. But regardless, because of that, we're not going to actually have another battle, I think, right now. But we will have some more Pokemon in the future, and honestly, now that National Dex is out, I'm starting to enjoy Gen 8's National Dex format on Showdown. So we might see more of it, and who knows, maybe the Pokemon Company will release all the other Pokemon. Who knows? But anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.